Okay, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome everybody tuning in from across the globe to our weekly hangout, guys. We're going to be talking about our Bitcoin multiplier. My name's Frank Calabro Jr. I got Jameson Palmer and I got Mike Hobbs with us today, guys. And we may have a few people stop in or pop in during the hangout here. We'll see. What we're going to be doing today, guys, we're going to talk about a strategy that we're all implementing, that we're following. I got some proof, some progress, some results I can share with you. And you guys are going to be hearing from, Jameson and also Mike. You're going to hear, not only my strategy, you're going to hear their strategy, guys. So pay close attention, guys, because this is extremely exciting, guys. It's extremely exciting. And the reason it's so exciting is because we're multiplying not only our currency, guys, we can multiply and stack Bitcoin, implementing something that we're using called USI tech, guys. And this is the perfect, I call it the perfect money multiplier, the perfect Bitcoin multiplier for many reasons, guys. Actually, if you rewind the clock a little bit, late last year, I started purchasing Bitcoin and really didn't know what to do with it other than the fact that I understood what it was. I seen where the market was going, but I didn't know how to multiply Bitcoin. I just was buying Bitcoin and I was holding it. And back then, it wasn't that long ago, Bitcoin was pretty cheap, guys. It was actually below $1,000 per Bitcoin, which was pretty awesome. And I was just buying it, holding it, stacking it. And I was buying some like on the 15th of each month, guys. I was actually circling the calendar and buying more and more Bitcoin. And I did that for several months. I remember reaching out to Jameson, and I was actually reaching out to several people and saying, hey, man, I'm looking for a Bitcoin multiplier. What do you got? And nobody really had anything that I want to get involved with. Nobody could show me something that I really wanted to run with, as far as a strategy and as far as, building a team and all that kind of stuff. I was really looking for something pretty special, pretty unique, but also powerful and long-term, guys. I wanted to get in something that was going to be around for a very long period of time. And, lo and behold, fast forward to the May time frame, Jameson finally came up to me and says, hey, I got something for you, man. I got something for you. You need to take a look at this. And I took a look at this thing, and this was like the perfect vehicle. It was like exactly what I was looking for to stack and multiply Bitcoin. Now, I don't know if you guys can see my screen, man. I think my screen locked up. Are you guys still with me?
You look frozen, but I hear you.
It might be the delay. It might be a delay on my end. My Wi-Fi is usually very strong, and I am on my strong signal. All right, hopefully you guys can see me because I want to share some slides. Let's see here. I'm going to reset my camera. Just let me reset my camera. Okay. Yeah, I'm looking frozen even on my end, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, it's kind of odd.
Am I still frozen? I'll tell you what, man. Until my camera's working here, because I want to show you guys some things. I want to show you guys some results that I've collected. Jameson, maybe I'll just pass it over to you, and then we'll come back to me.
Yeah, so one thing that I want to mention here is just going along with what you were saying is, I had been stacking Bitcoin for quite some time, and I was fortunate to get in pretty early when the price was pretty low. I bought Bitcoin in the $300, $400 range, which I wish I would have bought it a lot sooner, but that's when I really started paying attention to it, was, around the $250 mark. And I was also looking for a legitimate Bitcoin multiplier. And fortunately, when we connected with USI Tech, these guys were extremely transparent. Completely transparent. Rodney, my good buddy Rodney Burton, he actually ended up flying out to meet with these guys and spent quite a bit of time with them. And I was in Bangkok, and the master distributor happened to be in Bangkok. And, it was still early days. The BTC packages had just launched, and they we're talking about the game plan, you know, what they planned on doing for the US market. And that's one of the things that I've been talking about recently is, you know, 2017 has been the year of what I call the Bitcoin multiplier. And most of what's come to the table, most of what's come to the market claiming to be able to multiply Bitcoin turned out, you know, they turned out to be scams and they weren't legitimate. I mean, nothing was compliant or anything else. And just recently, there was a statement put out by one of the top SEC law firms. This was part of USI Tech's strategy to prove to the world that the company is legitimate. They actually first met with Kevin Thompson and had him look over things, but then they went to the top SEC law firm, Securities Exchange Commission, and there was a statement that was put out by this law firm, which they've seen the company inside out. I mean, they've looked over everything, and they recently put out a statement saying that USI Tech is compliant. And so they basically given their stamp of approval on USI Tech. And so USI Tech is the only company, the only Bitcoin multiplier in the market that has this. And so talk about proof, you know, talk about something that builds confidence. If you are in the US market and you're promoting, then I recommend, you know, you definitely want to have something that's compliant, because you do not want to be promoting something that ends up getting shut down. And I mean, it can get pretty ugly. And so we're very fortunate. Again, we knew this was going to happen, and it finally happened. They put out the statement. So again, we have the only Bitcoin multiplier that has that stamp of approval and is said to be compliant in the US. So that's a huge deal for us.
Yeah, that's awesome, Jameson. I think I'm back, and I think I freed up some bandwidth.
Yeah.
Okay, I freed up some bandwidth. I shut off another computer and switched my phone over. It shouldn't affect this Hangout, but I know these Hangouts use a lot of bandwidth, but I have, you know, 3 Wi-Fis in the house, and this particular connection is very fast. So I'm back, guys, and what I want to do is really share my results from last week. And listen, my results are not typical, okay? But I want you to keep in mind that we've only been at this for 111 days. And, you know, Jameson touched on the products a little bit. And we've got 2 products here at USI Tech. One of those products is, it's a software, guys. A software, some people call it a trading robot. There's different names for it, but all means the same thing. And this software, you can actually trade on the Forex market. Now, I know there's been a lot of these automation type systems that have come over the years that state they're going to trade on the Forex and make you all kinds of money. But I turned this thing on last week, and I'll tell you what, guys, we've got, and I'll start documenting this. I'm going to start documenting this. We've got a team account over on FX Blue, and there's not one account that has lost money. All the people that are using this software robot, which I turned on last week. The awesome thing about this is it's one of our products, is you can actually purchase this thing, which I think is ridiculously cheap, 600 euros. If the price was $5,000, I would buy it. If the price was $10,000, I would buy it in a second. But the thing is with this trading robot is it was once reserved for VIP clients, meaning you had to have $100,000. You had to be quite wealthy to even get access to this, to use this piece of software. And this is your own deal, guys. I mean, it's your own. This is your own broker account. This is your own money. This is your own VPS, okay? This is your own deal. You purchased the software from USI Tech, yes. But once you purchase that, you set up your own deal, your own broker, your own VPS. It's your own money, like I said. You just turn this on. I've just completed the training on this, guys. I released it. It's inside my USI Tech success system. I already put the training in there. I show you step by step how to set it up. It's incredibly simple to set it up, and you just make money on autopilot. So you can also multiply currency, guys, paper currency on the Forex market, one of our products. Now, the other product is the Bitcoin BTC packs. We call them BTC packs. we should refer to those as, BTC mining and trading packs, because that's actually what they are, guys. Okay. That's actually what they are. And that's also a product. And I know that product gets a lot of people excited because, I've never seen automation like this, where I've never seen an offer come to the market where we've got a way to multiply, paper currency, but also we've got a way to multiply and stack Bitcoin. We actually get paid in Bitcoin, which is very exciting, guys. That's why I got into this, because I wanted to multiply and stack Bitcoin, but then they also pay us in Bitcoin. Pretty exciting, guys. Now, I just shared some notes, guys. I got some notes here. This was last week's results from August 28th to September 3rd, okay? So this is last week, Monday through Sunday. What I do Sunday night is I close out my books for the week, and I look what we did for an entire week. And once again, my results are not typical, guys, but using this thing called USI Tech, this Bitcoin multiplier, okay, I generated a little bit more than 5 coin, right? About 5.6484 BTC, okay? 5 Bitcoin. It may not sound like much, or maybe it does sound like a lot. It all depends if you know what Bitcoin is or not, right? Or if you know what the current price is. Now, I don't pay attention to the day-to-day price of Bitcoin. I just don't pay attention to it. I pay attention to the history of it, okay? And then I also pay attention to the exposure that it's getting on social media. And, I'm watching this thing just grow and gain traction daily. I'm also watching all the companies now that are accepting Bitcoin, and the list is growing by the day. I'm paying attention to billionaires that accept Bitcoin. People like Richard Branson, people like Bill Gates, Microsoft. They accept Bitcoin as payment. How awesome is that, guys? But if you figure out what that comes out to, and I think this number was as of yesterday, that 5.5 Bitcoin, a little bit more than 5.5 Bitcoin, that equals a little over $24,000 USD. And think about this, guys. Yes, my results may not be typical, but this was done in a week. And listen, I'm not like the number one earner in the company or anything even close to that. I've seen accounts, and you probably have seen accounts, or maybe you're one of those people watching this video. I've seen accounts with 10 times my results. 10 times my results. So, I mean, this might seem incredible to do in a week, but it's nothing. It's really nothing, because I've only been at this 111 days. 111 days as of today. My BTC packs increased by 316 in a week. This was last week, 1 week. And listen, guys, I document all this on my website. It's all sitting there clear as day. Anybody can go see this. It's sitting there right now. It's always there. But direct referrals increased. Now talk about an offer that's perfect for the timing is perfect for the market. I got 246 brand new referrals. Are they active? No, they're not all active, but brought in 246 people in a week, guys. Pretty insane right there, right? 246 people in a week. There's people that, don't bring in that many people in their career. That was done in a week. But then again, we got the perfect offer, and we've got a market that wants what we have. So, and this is not even my best week, but it's pretty good, 246 people in a week. And actually, as of today, this morning, I actually surpassed 4,003 people, 4,003 direct referrals in 111 days, which is insane, guys. That's mind-boggling. I've sponsored thousands and thousands and thousands of people, yes, but I've never sponsored people this fast into anything ever. Matter of fact, nothing even comes close. Now, people are asking me, well, Frankie, are you withdrawing anything? Yeah, I withdraw. I withdrew a half a Bitcoin on, I think it was Friday, and another half a Bitcoin on Saturday. I believe that was correct. And at the time, Bitcoin, the price fluctuates, but it was a little bit over $4,700 combined. $4,700 combined. And I noticed, and of course, there's other people who tell you this, that they pay the next day. I didn't time it. I didn't set my watch to it, guys. I don't really need this money. I just, stack Bitcoin. And what I'm doing, guys, is I'm doing some withdrawals here, and, the platform works perfectly. It's seamless. And I got paid within 24 hours. I don't know the exact how many hours later it was. I didn't pay attention to it. I just got an email. I looked at my account. There, the money was sitting there. The Bitcoin was sitting there. So yes, they pay out, guys. This is the real thing, right? And I talked about this, guys. The most exciting part for me personally is the trading software. I'm very excited about that because it's my own deal. It's something that I can't say that I'm in control of it because the robot is actually doing the trading for me, but it is my own business, guys. It's my own capital that I'm multiplying on the Forex market automatically. And that's what makes USI so unique. So unique is that we have that product that nobody else has, guys. Pretty awesome. And that once reserved for VIP clients, $100,000 and up, you can actually start trading at $1,000, which is really low, guys. It's really low to start off with. But as you start to accumulate some wealth, as you start to make some money, guys, and you want to multiply that money, you could let that money sit in a bank account at 0% interest, which is what I had money sitting, and I got ridiculous amounts of money in the bank. I don't like keeping money in the bank for many reasons. Number one is you have no control over that money, and you have zero control over that money. You might think you have control over that money because you log into your bank account and you see numbers on the screen, but physically walk into your bank and ask them to give you all that money sitting in your bank account and see what kind of troubles that you have. We actually have to call the bank in advance and order money before we physically pick it up because the money's not there. I don't know where the money is, but it's not physically in the bank. And ask anybody about this that has large sums of money in a bank account in the US. You have to call and order money to go pick it up, but it's your money, and they don't even physically have it there. If you do any large transactions, once again, you got to get a cashier's check. You have to send a wire. It takes days upon days. Well, once again, the bank really controls your money. Even though it's your money, they really control it. Well, here's the awesome thing about Bitcoin is you're in complete control of your money. You can send large transactions in seconds, guys. There's no, you don't have to wait for a wire, go to the bank. I got to talk to the manager. I got to sit in front of his desk. He types everything out. He prints out the forms. I have to verify everything and then sign, and then it's sent off, and 3 or 4 days later, the money might arrive where it's supposed to go. I mean, talk about total freedom. That's another thing that's really attractive about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is the freedom factor. I can send large transactions of money to anyone in the world almost instantaneously, guys. That's pretty awesome right there, right? So entrepreneurs like us, we get this whole thing. We see where the market's going. We see the freedom aspect to it. We see the business side of it. We see the ease of transactions. And even, Bill Gates has made comments about this, about it just makes sense, Bitcoin. So what else do I got here in my notes? All right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to pass this over, and we're going to bring Mike Hobbs on here. And Mike, I don't think he needs any introduction. Mike is one of the people that I actually followed way back when I was penniless and I was broke, and I was watching Mike, man, just killing it and everything he was doing. Definitely honored and privileged to have you here, guys, Mike. And I can tell you what, man, I was pretty shocked when I got the email, and when you got enrolled and got started, I'm like, holy cow, man. Mike Hobbs teamed up with Frank Calabro Jr. How cool is that, right? So I'm excited to have you on the team, man. And I've been watching some of your review videos over on YouTube and such, and you're a really savvy marketer, and and you're always thinking 10 steps ahead. And I know you see where this market is going, but I just want to ask you, just step forward, share your thoughts, share your strategy, tell people what you're doing, and just tell people why you're excited about this whole new industry that we're all getting involved in.
Yeah, I'd be happy to, and thanks for inviting me. By the way, this is your channel, your audience here, and I'm just humbled to be able to be on there. I mean, I see your results within USI, and I'm just like, wow, I'm actually blown away. Like, I don't think I've ever sponsored. I mean, my last company, I sponsored like 2,000 people, So the fact that you're at like 3,000 or 4,000 people in like 100 days, that's insane. But that just shows you the power of this company. And one thing I do want to hit on, you were just talking about the Forex software. I was actually having a conversation with my wife the other day about this, because I was like, we can leave our money in the bank, right? And just let it sit there for tax purposes. Because like what we do is we put money in like a savings account for paying taxes at the end of the year. I was like, well, why don't we just put it in this broker account instead, and then let it like trade all year long. And then when come tax time, then go pay the taxes, right? Then you're making money all year long about it. And I was talking to her about that, and she's like, I don't know about that, because she's not, too savvy on this whole market. But then I was like, I look back, and one of the owners of USI Tech is in my research, I found this out. Zhao, I believe his name is. He created this software that USI is using, and he's been selling this for the last 10 years. This is outside of USI, so not even anything to do with USI. He's been selling this to private banks and different private investors for 10 years. So what does this tell you? And the reason why is because it's very liquid. If you don't know, you can go in your pure market account, the one that we're using, and you can withdraw whatever's in there and have it in your bank within like 5 business days. You guys know that? Like literally within like 3 to 5 business days, you can have that entire money back. So it's very liquid, and it trades automatically for you, right? So that's the perfect thing for a private bank. Don't you guys agree? They take all of your money, you're giving it to them for free. They can put it in this liquid broker account, buy this software from this guy named Zhao that's trading it for them in the background. When you ask for your money, why does it take a week to get it to you? Because they got to withdraw it from their broker accounts. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they're using millions of your dollars and doing what we are offering you here in USI Tech. And that, when I was having that conversation with my wife, we're like, wow, that makes a lot of sense. So why are we putting it in a savings account for them to trade it when we can trade it ourselves? You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really cool, but it's a very awesome software. But the thing that really got me excited about USI Tech was the Bitcoin side of things, because I had no idea what Bitcoin was. I remember someone was telling me about Bitcoin when it was like $1,700. Like, there's some people that were emailing me today, and they're like, man, I saw Bitcoin 3 years ago and I never got involved, and and I was like, man, I wish I would have found out about Bitcoin 3 years ago. I just wasn't open to it. I wasn't looking for it. So if I would have found out 3 years ago, I would have bought it then too. I'm one of those people that just take action. I don't like wait on it. I'm not skeptical. I'll do my research. But when I saw it at 1,700, I was like, wow, I should probably look into this. And I started buying it then. And then USI Tech, I saw Frank's post. I think it was something like, I'm getting into the Bitcoin space, right? And I was like, me too. So it was kind of like, wow, that's cool. And so I clicked on his link. I joined USI Tech. And the one thing that I'm really excited about is not just me, like me having success, me making money, because that's great. I've done that in other companies. Like my last company, I earned well over $1 million in commissions. I sponsored a lot of people. But the problem was everybody failed in it, right? It was like just everyone who bought the products, they just all, tried to sell it online. And if they didn't make a sale, they didn't make money, period. They didn't make a sale, they didn't make money, because the products were educational products. If they didn't take action, they didn't make money. Well, what I loved about this is when you buy a Bitcoin package. So let's say you buy a Bitcoin package today. Tomorrow, you will have a commission in your available balance. Who in here think that that's really awesome? If you're in the chat, go ahead and comment there if you think that's awesome. You buy a Bitcoin package today, or 100, or however many you want to buy, right? You will be paid on the next working day. Everybody. So think about that. That means anyone who joins for free, activates, and buys a Bitcoin package is making money every single working day, 5 days a week. That is unheard of. That is unheard of in this industry, especially network marketing. So now we have a product that everybody can make some money. I mean, it's going to vary depending on how many packages you buy, depending on how many referrals you get. Your income is going to vary, but you will get something, right? You will get something the next business day, because that's how the product works. That's what you're buying. You're buying this product, this mining package, They're going out there, and if you don't know anything about mining, go to Netflix. There's a Bitcoin movie on there. Watch it, and it's going to blow your mind. You're like, wow, I need to get into this mining space, this Bitcoin space. And you can with USI Tech. So all you do, so for someone to win here, there's a couple ways you could do it. A, you buy Bitcoin mining packs and you collect commissions 5 days a week. And you can do that, right? That's one way to win. The second way to win is you can build this like every other business that we've ever built in the past, but this time get 10 times, 100 times the results. Because think about this. In my results right now, again, you know, not typical, whatever, because I promote and I recruit, you know, and I sell the business, but I've brought in 230 something people compared to, you know, Frank's 4,000, but I brought into like 230 something people. I think it's 36 people. And keep in mind, these are like leads. They're not real, you know, paid members. These are leads. Like, it's almost like I got 236 leads because they're free memberships, right? So out of 236 leads, right, in this company, last week alone, after I bought 20 Bitcoin packages, because I'm buying 20 packages a week right now. I just made that a goal. You know, every week I buy 20 packages on Monday. And then the rest of the week I withdraw, because I wanted to show people that you can withdraw money out of this. So guess what? I average $1,400 a day withdrawal every day for 5 days. Even Monday, after I bought my 20 packs, I still withdrew an average of $1,400 a day for 5 days with 236 leads. I don't like calling them members because really they're free registrations. So anybody can register for free. I mean, you just go to the website, put your name and email in, and you got an account. That's a lead to me. That's not a paid member. So out of 236 leads, I literally am averaging $1,400 a day withdrawal into my bank account. Does anyone on the planet know anything that could pay that with that little of volume? Heck no. That company that I was talking about previous, I sponsored 2,000 people direct line, and they all paid. Those are all paid people, 2,000 paid members. My average income there was anywhere from $10,000 a month to $30,000 a month. And I'm already at that with USI Tech in like 70 days, 70 working days, and only 236 free signups. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's not normal, right? That's not normal at all, okay? In fact, I did 2 emails and 1 Facebook ad to it, and the ad only went for about 2 days, and that was all I did. That was all the marketing. That's why I only have 236 right now. I've been working on some things to really ramp things up, and eventually I will have thousands of people direct line to me in this thing. So imagine where my income is going to be then. You know, I was looking at some of Frank's posts, and like the other day, he had like 1.1 Bitcoin in one day. You know, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, and I was at the Vegas event, just so you guys know, I went to the Vegas event for USI Tech, and I shook the owner's hand. And when I was there, I was like, okay, this is a real company. This is a real company. This is something I can represent. This is something that I know everybody can win with. And I looked at one of my uplines, like he's like way, way upline. I looked at one of his, he pulled out his phone. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or not, but he pulled out his phone and he showed me his available balance. And it was like 28 Bitcoin in his available balance. And I was like, well, do you normally just leave it there? Like, why aren't you withdrawing that or buying packages with it? Why are you just leaving it in your available balance? I was kind of dumbfounded. I'm like, what are you just leaving it in your available balance for? And he's like, well, because I've already hit the max withdrawal limit. Like, you can only withdraw 2.5 Bitcoin a day. So he's literally withdrawing. And let me just go to the calculator real quick. 2.5 Bitcoin a day is $11,000 a day in US dollars. He is withdrawing $11,000 a day, 7 days a week, because you can withdraw on the weekends too. So he has so much available balance, he can't even withdraw it all. and he's withdrawing 2.5 Bitcoin every day, 7 days a week. And then he just has this available balance just sitting there. And one thing that really struck me, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. He's like, and the company allows you to buy Bitcoin packages for other people inside your account. You can do that up to 100 people or 100 packages per day. So what he's doing is he's literally gifting 100 packages per day to people in his downline, family members. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you guys know how much 100 packages is? $5,000. So could you imagine getting to the point where you've maxed out the comp plan, you're making $11,000 a day, and you could just gift $5,000 a day for free? It doesn't come out of your money. It's just gift $5,000 a day to somebody else because they're in need or because you want to help someone out, get started fast. I don't know about you guys, but that would be amazing. Anyone else agree with that? I mean, think about that. There's so much you can do. If the available balance is just sitting there, it's got to go somewhere. So you might as well help other people, right? So that's the ultimate place that when I saw that, I was like, okay, I'm going to max out this comp plan. You know, I'm going to max it out, because once you max it out, you're pretty much set for life. You're collecting 2.5 Bitcoin a day. And then they're launching other products and stuff like in October where you can actually, I heard you can use that available balance to put into the new product. So even when you max out the Bitcoin packages, you can take money and put it into your Forex account. Max that thing out, right? You could take money and put it into a new product they're launching in October. Max that thing out. And you'll be set for life. And I actually look at it like it's diversification, you know? Take your money you're earning in Bitcoin. The reason I'm withdrawing is because I'm also building up the Forex. Build up your fiat money. Build up your Bitcoin. You know, build up whatever else you want to build up. And then when you have all this, you know, like if something happens to Bitcoin ever, I mean, we don't know what'll happen. I don't think anything's going to happen to it. But even if it did, if you had $100,000, $200,000 in your Forex trading account, you're still earning a passive income. You know what I'm saying? So just spread it out. One other thing I wanted to talk about, so strategy. I know Frank wanted me to come out here and talk about strategy. So what I'm doing right now, and what I've always done, at least from a marketing standpoint, is my two favorite marketing methods. Number one is YouTube, so video marketing, and the other one is social media. So if you're wondering how I get all my signups, this is what I do. I do update videos on what's going on with my account. And I can show you right now one tip that you guys can be taking from this. Buy some Bitcoin packages, 20 to 100 to get started. That's my recommendation. Buy some packages, start getting some earnings in, and then do a quick video update and just say, man, I haven't referred anybody into this company. I bought some packages and look at how much I've already earned within a week. And just show people your account, and then obviously give the disclaimers and all that stuff, you know, just to make it legal. But the bottom line is you can show your results here because everybody gets results. You can't really do that anywhere else. Everybody will get some kind of result. It'll be big if you have a lot of packages. It'll be small if you don't have a lot of packages. And you know, if you refer people, it'll be bigger. If you don't do anything ever, it'll be smaller. Like I had one guy who's asked, well, what if I just buy one package? That's it. I'm like, well, it'll take you about 100 days to get 2 packages. Do you want to wait 100 days? You know what I'm saying? Like, how fast do you want results? That's how many packages you should buy. That's how much money you should be putting into this thing. How fast do you want results? You know, how much money do you want to make? Make a goal. So as far as so my strategy is I use YouTube. You put yourself in the equation. You give your personal recommendation. You don't just throw people into the replicated website. You know, you don't just throw people at it. I mean, and also Jameson and Frank, they created a system that we have that I just use Jameson's video right now. Like I am literally just sending everybody to Jameson's video, and that's doing the explanation. And then they join from there for free. Once they join, you plug them into Frank's system, and then they just buy all the different, they buy the system that they need to use to promote. They start buying the packages that they want to start making money, and that's it. So there's not really a lot you have to do. And as far as strategy on what I'm doing with my packages, I do want to mention this. There's 2 strategies that I recommend. Strategy 1 is if you don't ever want to refer anybody ever, which is fine, then you want to treat this like a savings account. And this is not an investment or anything. You're actually buying a product. You're buying a Bitcoin mining account or packages, right? But if you're not going to refer, you want to treat Bitcoin like a savings account. So buy some Bitcoin with like a budget. So if you have a job that's paying you $4,000 a month, maybe you should buy $400 a month worth of Bitcoin. So 10% of your money that from your job, buy Bitcoin, buy packages, and let it grow. And then next month, you got 4,000 more from your job, take 400, buy more Bitcoin, buy some more packages, let it grow. And just keep doing that. And then over time, after about a year of doing that, you're going to find that you can start withdrawing quite a bit of money and actually have a passive income stream for you and your family. And that's without referring anyone ever. If you decide you want to refer, there's a couple things you can do. You can do the Frank Calabro method where you just go rebuy crazy, right? And just rebuy like hundreds and hundreds of packs with all your referral earnings and just build up your account to like 2,000, 3,000 packages. And then when you get there, you start withdrawing, right? Or B, if you want to earn an income now, let's say you don't have any other incomes. I'll just be honest with you guys. Last year, the company I was promoting went out of business. Well, they went out of business a couple months ago, but I saw the writing on the wall. So I got out last year and they went bankrupt, right? Everybody lost their income. My income was gone, So like when I got into, I started my own affiliate product. I started my own company and I was making money there, but all my network marketing income was gone. So I was like, well, when I got into USI Tech, I'm like, well, I want to make money now, right? I don't want to wait till I have 3,000 packages or 4,000 packages till I'm making money. I want to make money now. So what I decided to do is put in a strategy in place. Okay, make a budget on how many Bitcoin packages I'm going to buy every week. Well, mine right now is 20 packages a week. So I buy 20 packages a week every Monday from referral earnings. And then I withdraw the rest as income, right? And I withdrew $1,400 a day last week. And this week it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And that's my strategy. If you don't want to do that strategy, you don't have to do that. You can buy 30 packs. You can buy 100 packs. Doesn't matter however many packs you do. Now I'm going to keep upping that number. As my referral earnings get bigger, I'll just keep upping the number. Like next week, it might be 30 packs a week. Then the next week, it might be 40 packs a week. But I just make a budget. I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy this many packages a week to grow my account, and I'm going to withdraw the rest. And I'm going to build up my Forex account. I'm going to build up my other stuff. And that, to me, works the best. So those are my 2 strategies there. And Frank, if you have any questions of me on anything that I covered or anything that you want me to cover, feel free to come on out. But just know, guys, this is something that I really truly see as long term. It's not something like one last thing. USI Tech. I've done my research, guys. USI Tech launched before every single Bitcoin multiplier you've seen come to the market this year. They launched before them, okay? So get this. They launched before all of those, and most of those are already gone. USI is still here and still going strong. They're doing their 1-year anniversary in October, which we have our tickets to. I won the Mallorca trip to Spain, and I'm going to that as well. So bottom line is USI launched before all of those other companies. And one thing that I hate the most is when someone comes to me, well, is USI like this other company? No, that other company was mimicking USI. They were trying to mimic USI because USI was first. You guys all get that? USI's been in this market first. Everyone's trying to copy USI. And those companies aren't doing it because they're not legit. They're just saying, well, USI is paying money every single day to their members from their mining packages. So why don't we create something that looks like that? And then they start doing it, and then they end up going out of business because they're legitimately not, they're legitimate scams, right? Legitimate scams. I don't know if that even makes any sense. But bottom line, guys, is USI launched first before all those things. So don't come to me and compare these things. Like, don't say, how is USI different? USI was the originator. They're not different. They're the original. Everything else, you should be saying, how do they compare to USI? That's the question that we should be asking, because this is the only one that's still around, almost coming up on 1 year, and they've been doing business up 10 years prior to this with private banks and stuff. So bottom line, guys, is USI is here to stay. I've done my due diligence. You know, the USA event was awesome too, because they gave us slides and really legitimized the company even more in the USA. And I'm just excited to be here. So I'll turn it back to you, Frank.
That was awesome. Very savvy, my friend.
Thanks.
Yeah, no doubt. And I just have one question, Mike, is what are you seeing duplication-wise as far as team-wise? I mean, are people duplicating? How's that side going?
Yeah, well, the crazy thing is, you know, I think people are duplicating even from just people they know with this thing. Like, it's weird. Like in other companies that I've been in, you know, everyone's like, well, I don't want to share this with my friends and family. And this one, there's like people complaining that they can't sign up their family member in their own house. You know what I mean? They're like, well, why can't we all have 2 accounts per household? Because my relative's living with me. And they're like, we need to sign up our family. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird coming into this, because my team, so I brought in about 236 people, and my team is 1,800 now. And I've never seen that kind of duplication with anything. And we're not really teaching any like sophisticated marketing strategies. I mean, we have some solo ad resources, right? And, you know, there's Facebook and that's about it. That's what people are using right now as far as online goes. And everyone just wants their family in this. Why? And the people that they know, why? Because we all win. We all win. So I've never seen a team of 200 people turn into 1,800 people in 70 days. That's never happened to me, at least. So that just, to me, makes it almost like this is something special compared to everything else.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And that's what we're seeing is, you know, like was already touched on, we've got this just massive global market that is so ripe for something like this, because again, all these people are hearing about Bitcoin, they're hearing about cryptocurrency, and they're interested. And so all we have to do is get the information in front of these people, because when they see it, when they understand it, I mean, they definitely want to get involved. And so just a massive market, and the duplication that we've been seeing has been insane. I mean, I've never seen duplication like this before. And that's part of the strategy moving forward, is to essentially light these fires, because, you know, once you light a fire over here, that's going to go off and it's going to grow. And then you light another fire over here and that's going to go off and it's going to grow. And so because of the viral nature of what we have, you know, that's part of the strategy, is to put things in place that facilitate that viral growth, and then just lighting those fires, and it just takes on a life of its own. That's what you've been seeing as well, Frankie. What duplication wise, what are your thoughts on the duplication that you've been seeing?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, my team is at, you know, over 14,000 strong. Now, you know, I'm kind of a rare case because I sponsor, 30% of my entire team and everything I'm in. So I'm kind of like the extreme. Okay. So my results are not typical, but my 4,000 people have turned into 14,000. Okay. So there is some viral growth going there. And you touched on this, Jameson, about how, lighting fires. I mean, this is going viral in the internet marketing space, in the affiliate marketing space, in the network marketing space. But there's so much more that we can do with this. There's so many more markets that we can bring this to, and it's truly limitless. And we talked about, this is game over. I mean, it truly is game over. What we have our hands on, and I said this last week, I mean, you could truly build generational wealth, which is what my strategy is. Now, Mike, man, that was pretty awesome, man. I'm gonna have to watch the replay on this. You do a lot of things that are very similar to me where, I set aside money each and every single week to pay the tax man. And that money is sitting in Wells Fargo getting, making 0% interest. And, so I did the same thing. I said, you know what? I got this money sitting here waiting for the tax man that I'm not going to have to give to the tax man until next year in the spring. Why should I have this money sit here and make 0% interest when I can multiply this money on the Forex market on autopilot? So that's a very savvy move, my friend. And I'm doing the same thing. And yes, you can liquidate your account very fast because not all of your funds are locked up in trades. As a matter of fact, most of it is available. Most of it is available. And if you look back there and see this thing running live, it is truly fascinating. It's amazing. And I'll tell you something right now, that Forex account is going to pay the tax man for me next year. There's no doubt whatsoever. I set aside a large sum of money each week. I set aside more in a week than most people make in a month. And I'm not kidding you, to pay the tax man, just so I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? And if I oversaved for the tax man, okay, no big deal, but I'd rather be safe than I'm scrambling and I'm moving funds around trying to pay my taxes. So very savvy move right there. And if you guys noticed and picked up on what Mike is doing, he created a weekly paycheck for himself. Pretty smart, guys. $1,400 a day times 7 days. I believe that's about $9,800 in a week, not a month, in a week, guys. And he's being very conservative building his business. He's not going crazy like me because my strategy's a little bit different than Mike, right? Mike has built a weekly paycheck for himself. He's multiplying funds on the Forex using the software. He's got a multi-revenue stream strategy. Very savvy, very, very savvy indeed. But, his strategy is a little bit different because he's paying himself, and I'm paying myself too, guys, weekly too. But I'm all about getting to a certain income level. I told the whole world that I'm going to build $100,000 per month paycheck, cash in hand, and I'm going to do it in 180 days. And that will happen, guys. That's a done deal. As a matter of fact, I'm way ahead of schedule. Like, I'm way ahead of schedule for that happening. And then, of course, I'm going to multiply that money by, stacking Bitcoin, other cryptos, and also building up my Forex account. I want to build that Forex account up very, very high. I mean, that's going to be an awesome problem to have when you have, 28 Bitcoin sitting in your account and you don't know what the heck to do with it. So you're giving away, $5,000 a day. I mean, it's pretty awesome right there, right? Yeah. Pretty incredible. I need to get my charity into this. That way I could give them $5,000 a day to my charity, and they can build up their account, and then they could take those funds and do some good things with it, right? Pretty awesome right there. So you got me thinking, Mike, about doing some things now. You gave me some new ideas and, going forward. So that's pretty awesome. All right, guys, any final comments? Jameson and Mike, you guys want to give us some final thoughts and we'll close this thing out?
Well, first of all, I thought that was very well said by Mike. And, I just want to reiterate this because I think this is such an important point. A lot of people, they look at different programs and, they're analyzing compensation plans and all this kind of stuff. And you know, what it really comes down to is conversion, because you could have the greatest compensation plan in the entire world, and if it's not converting, then it's not going to make any money. And so you want to be doing what is actually working. And with the kind of money that we're talking about here, I mean, I have spoke to people. I'm not at this level yet. I've spoken to people that are withdrawing the 2.5 Bitcoin a day, but that are earning 7, 10 Bitcoin per day in USI Tech. And, you know, when it gets to that level, when we're talking about that kind of money, I want to be with a company that's making the right moves and, you know, that is taking the right steps to ensure that they're compliant, because that's the only way that a company in this market is going to last long term, is if they're making the right moves. And honestly, you know, I have friends of mine that are involved in other things, and there's no other company that I consider a Bitcoin multiplier that meets my personal criteria. And I set the bar pretty high because, you know, I want to make sure that, again, that we're promoting the right things, that we're involved in the right things, especially when we're recommending things to other people. And so I do as much due diligence as I can possibly do. And like I said, USI Tech is the only company that I see is making these moves to ensure compliance. And so, I mean, there's no question in my mind that this is the place to be. And there's just nothing else that I've looked at that I'm willing to attach my name to at this point. So I feel like we're definitely in the right place.
Awesome. Yeah, I have a couple or final thought here too as well. And when you're talking about, you know, compensation plans and all these things, I'll be honest with you, there's compensation plans out there that pay, you know, 70%, you know, some of them even 100% commissions. You know what I'm saying? Like one company I was a part of was 100% commissions at one point. They switched it to 70 later, but that's still quite a bit of their commissions getting paid out to the affiliates, right? So you would think that would be a better opportunity, right? Like if you just look at it from like apples to, like if you're just like, okay, USI pays like 35%, I think total. Like, so it's like 10% front level, then all the way down is like 35% total. So you look at that and you might be thinking, well, that's not really that much, right? But then when you factor in a couple other things, like you said, the conversion thing, that's one part of it. But another thing is the amount of volume people are buying, because the product itself pays people. See what I'm saying? So the product itself pays people. So the product is going to convert better than like a protein bar or a juice, right? Because they have to change their spending to get that, and they know they're not going to make any money when they buy that unless they sell it. But here they buy the product, they make money the next day. So the conversion is going to be way higher on a product like that. So that's one factor there. Then obviously the 10% and the 35%. So you look at that just from a number standpoint, you're like, oh, that's not very good, right? But like 10%, like I can make 70% over here with one sale. Over here, 10%. Why would I want that? Well, think about this. I'm in a nutritional MLM that I just been taking forever, right? Since like 2009 or something. And they pay, you know, pretty small commissions, I'd say. You know, like on a $50 product, it's probably like $5 a month, right? Commissions. So that's pretty similar if you think about it, right? If someone buys a $55 product here, what is that? $5, right? You make $5 from that. So it's actually pretty comparable to my health and wellness product that I could go out there and sell for $5 versus this USI Tech pack for $5, right? And you might thinking, okay, well, which one's better? Like if it's the same, what's better? Well, think about this. The $5 product, or $5 I make off this health and wellness product, they buy it once a month, right? They buy that product once a month. Here, I bought 20 of those things on Monday. So what's that? So like 20 times, it's like $60 because the conversion, 50 euros is like about $60. So I just spent $1,200 this week. Frank got that commission. You see what I'm saying? And next week I'll spend another $1,200. And the next week I'm going to spend another $1,200. But here's the magic. I didn't come up with that money. That was paid to me. That was earnings. So I took some of my earnings and spent $1,200 of it, and cha-ching, Frank got paid. There's some people on my team right now that are buying one package per day because they have over 100 packages right now, and they're averaging about enough to buy one package per day. So that's like, even though there's no auto ship here, you don't have to buy packages. People want to buy packages. That's the difference. They don't have to, they want to. And there's people on my team buying 1 to 4 packs per day right now. So what does that mean? That's like auto ship on steroids. You know what I'm saying? It literally is like auto ship on steroids. Like, I don't care what MLM you're a part of. If even in that health and wellness product, if one person on my team bought the same product every day of the week, all month long, I'd make a lot of money in that company. I would. But no one in their right mind is going to do that over there. Here, it makes sense. You know, it makes sense. So the volume that comes through from your downline is paying people astronomical amounts of money. And that goes into your pocket because we get paid in Bitcoin. So check this out. Last month, I was averaging about 0.23 a day or something, right? In income, 0.23 a day. And last month, that was only worth like $500. This month, because Bitcoin went up in value, that same 0.23, let's say my income never went up. I earned the same money. Like usually in network marketing, your income goes up over time, right? Well, let's say I just never earned any more money ever, right? That same 0.23 would be worth $1,000 a day. It was worth 500 last month, but because Bitcoin went up in value, it's now doubled my income without bringing any more income. I know that doesn't make any sense, but it's true. That's what's happening. Like, so if, let's say it goes up to 10,000 next month. Let's say next month Bitcoin, let's just say 8,000. I'm not saying this is what's going to happen, but if it does, 8,000 times 0.23. So let's say my income never goes up. I'll be making $1,800 a day off of that same 0.23 a day. That same number. So if my income stays the same, my income goes up because of Bitcoin, because we're getting paid in Bitcoin. In other companies, it would just stay the same or go down. Here, it goes this like this or up because the value of Bitcoin is going up. So if your income stays the same, you actually double your income or triple your income because the Bitcoin value is going up. But my income's not going to stay the same, guys. It's going to go up as Bitcoin goes up too. So it's just like, just going to compound up, and it's just going to make you a lot more money. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there, last point, and I'll turn it back to you, Frank.
Yeah, Mike, that's an incredible insight. You and Jameson both, man. I mean, I know we could talk about this probably all day, man. It's so exciting. And, you know, you're making money on top of money, you know, the way you just explained it there, because not only are you getting paid in Bitcoin, you're also catching the rise of Bitcoin. I mean, it's just a no-brainer, guys. It's so exciting, and it's why I can't sleep at night again, and it's pretty awesome. And I can't wait to get up each day, man, right? And log into my USI Tech back office and see what's going on. And, you know, it just continues to grow, guys. It continues to get more exciting. So here's what you want to do. Share this video, obviously share this video, and get back with the person that shared this video with you. Get involved. Get signed up for free, guys. The price tag is free. Get yourself a couple of BTC packs to start off with. See how this works. I'm going to highly suggest, Mike, you mentioned that movie. I think that movie's called Banking on Bitcoin. You guys can find it on YouTube. I know it's on Netflix. Watch that. It is fascinating. It's exciting. I mean, and, you know, me and Jameson have both said this before, is how many times during our lifetime, you know, will a new form of currency present itself? This is new money, guys. And yes, it's been around since 2009, but it's really in the infancy stages, okay? It's just becoming, it's on that tipping point of becoming mainstream and going viral. And we are catching this at the perfect time and positioning ourselves in front of this incredible tidal wave. I mean, I like to say it's coming, but I mean, it's not even high tide yet, guys. I mean, the water's just rising, guys. So, you know, we could really benefit off this for probably years, guys. I mean, realistically, for years. Just the way, you know, people that got in, you know, early in 2010 and 11 and 12 and bought Bitcoin and such. And, you know, I couldn't even imagine, you know, if I knew what I knew now back then, oh, I would have grabbed, you know, as much as it if I could. I mean, you know, I mean, we all would have. And I remember when I first heard about cryptocurrency, I wasn't so sure about it, but I'm definitely sure about it now. And if you watch that movie, like Mike mentioned, it's called Banking on Bitcoin. Banking on Bitcoin. I know I've seen it on YouTube and Netflix. It's on Netflix too. Check it out, guys. All right, that's going to be it, guys. We're going to wrap this thing up. We'll do this again next week, Tuesday. We'll bring in some more people on the panel, some more success stories, some more strategy. I'm actually going to put together a little slideshow. I'll show you guys some slides, and I'll really explain USI, and I'll show you guys the products, and I'll break it down. And, you know, we won't go deep into it, but I'm going to give you really a real good visual presentation so you can actually see how this works. It's incredibly simple, though. Very, very simple. Nothing complicated about it. All right, guys, we're going to sign off. You guys take care. God bless everybody. Share this video. Get back with the person that shared this video with you. Get enrolled for free. Get on the team, guys, and plug in to our system of duplication and replication. That's it, guys. Frank Calabro Jr. signing off.
Thanks, guys.